I'm on a mission, I'm on a mission for a better life. Good morning, hello. Welcome to Peek in My Week, the April edition. Also the stay at home edition, because of course we are all being asked to stay at home. So hence the no makeup look. Because what's the point? I'm not going anywhere anyway. I've gotten up, it's Monday morning, I've gotten up, had a bath, washed my hair, got a nice wet mum bun going on there. Put my teeth in. Yeah, and my husband is now home. He's been home for the last 2 weeks on a furlough because of the current pandemic. And I'm not really sure what's going to happen in this video. This video could be beaten in interestingness, if that makes sense, by watching paint dry, because we can't go out anywhere because we have to all stay home. Can't have any family come round because everyone has to stay home. Because everyone's staying home, there's no events or anything going on, or anywhere exciting to visit, and I don't even have homeschool this week because based on her Easter half term. So yeah, kind of going to be a peek in my week of just seeing me natter on about a load of rubbish and seeing what I'm doing on the blog for those that are interested in what a blogger does. And seeing me clean stuff, I guess. That's kind of as interesting as it's going to get. So I do apologise, but I've always said I'm keeping it real. This is real life, and this is everyone's life at the moment, in the UK certainly, most of the world even, because everyone is being told to stay home so we can hopefully get rid of this horrible disease. So yeah, let's hope we have a productive week. Like I said, I've already gotten myself ready for the day and had a bath, which was nice, and I've nice long bath. Sorry, I've always got chewing gum in, and that might annoy some people, but it's actually nicotine gum, because even though I gave up smoking 5.5 years ago now, I'm still using nicotine gum. Some would say that's not good because you've replaced one habit with another, but I would rather be chewing my gum than smoking the 40 plus cigarettes a day that I used to smoke. My lungs are certainly healthier, and my bank balance is a lot healthier too. So yeah, I'm sorry if I annoy people, I don't mean to be rude, but it's just kind of a comfort thing. I always have my gum in. And one day I plan to get rid of my gum as well, but today is not that day. So I am going to be doing a lot of blog work today. I might have a couple of, look, I've got my list here. I might have a couple of cleaning tasks to do today. No, I don't. The only cleaning thing I wanted to do was my makeup brushes, because I keep putting it off. It's been on my list now for about 3 weeks. I need to do it. Instead of cleaning them, I just move on to a new brush. But I'm going to run out of brushes, so I need to give them all a good clean. But it's just a job I don't really like doing, because I feel like I need something to help me do it, because just running it under the tap just seems pointless. I did see Mrs. Hinch on Instagram was using a scrub daddy to do hers, which I think is quite a good idea, but I haven't had a chance to get one yet. So yeah, I might decide to do it today, or I might be naughty and put it off until I get a scrub daddy. We'll see how I feel. So yeah, another thing I'm going to do today, apart from some blog work this morning, is I'm going to, sorry, I've got an annoying nail that I was just messing about with. Not very professional, is it? Oh, goodness me. Yes, another thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to be planning a unit, a topic for homeschool. And I probably will do a little bit of videoing about that in a moment when I get to that, because people might find that interesting, especially if you are homeschool families, how I do that. So, because what I do is, because we're sticking to, not exact, but around about the same sort of schedule as schools would have, because Faith requested that, because she wants to see her friends who are at school. So when they're on break, she doesn't want to be at school, she wants to be out doing stuff with them, which is fine, and I'm totally happy with that. So I'm following that kind of structure. So I find that we can normally do 3 different topics each term. So for example, from when she comes back after the Easter break until the summer holidays, there'll be 3 topics that we're going to focus on. And I like to try and plan them all now while she's on holiday. So then in the summer, I'll then plan the next 3. And then Christmas holidays, I'll then plan the next 3 and so on. And that just kind of works really well for us at the moment. I've already planned the first 2 and done all the prep I needed to do for that. But I have the last one left that we'll be doing before she breaks for summer, which is going to be Arctic animals. So yeah, I can fill you in a bit more about that later when I'm doing that. Hopefully that's going to go well. And also my daughter's invited me and my husband to do a quiz tonight online on Zoom. So we're going to be doing that tonight. So I might give you a little update after we've done that, let you know if we won or not. Because apparently there's a restaurant meal on offer, the ones who are hosting it, which would be nice for when we're all allowed back out again. So yeah, even though, you know, I say it's going to be boring, I suppose there's still stuff going on and people might find that interesting. So it's still worth doing it, and if you do find it interesting, then give me a thumbs up or a comment would be even better. Because it's nice to know that people are out there and that I'm in some small way giving some kind of entertainment value to you guys. So I'd love to, you know, get some connections going, and I hope that you're all having a good start to your weeks, or whatever day it might be that you're watching this video. But for now, I'm going to go, and I'll speak to you soon. Hi guys, so I'm just planning the Arctic animals unit study, and I thought I'd just show you guys, because, you know, you might be thinking of homeschooling, or you might already be homeschooling and want some inspiration, or you might just be like I am and be a bit nosy, because I like to watch other people do things, even if I have no intention of doing them myself, just because I like to see how people do stuff. So yeah, what I do then is I break it up into 4 weeks, like I think I said earlier. And this is the Arctic animals we're going to hopefully be doing week beginning June 22nd, June 29th, July 6th and July 13th week, and then she finishes on the 18th of July, and that'll be her last day, and she gets her summer break. So I start off by thinking, what do I want her to learn from this? I mean, with unit studies or topic studies, it doesn't really matter too much on what's being learnt sometimes. It's more about the actual process of the learning. You'll learn, it's teaching skills of how to learn about stuff, how to research stuff that she can use in later life, and also you know, whatever she's writing, she's learning how to write properly, how to punctuate, reading skills and all different things like that. So I'll try and make it as fun as I can and interesting. So with this topic, I decided that I would like her to learn about the difference between the Arctic and the Antarctic. I don't know whether she's already covered that in school or not, but it's always good just to refresh anyway. But to be fair, she hasn't seemed to have kept a lot of information from school in her head, to be honest. I don't think she was quite with it when she was in the classroom, because she used to be anxious and stuff. So I like to try and cover all the bases. So we're going to start with learning about the difference between the Antarctic and the Arctic, and talk about the conditions there, because that will then lead for a activity where she can write a list of animals that she thinks lives there, and then we check and see if they do or not, and if there's any that's been left out. That is a good discussion piece. And then we will learn about polar bears. Now we'll be doing a lot more than just that in that week, but that's just the bare bones of what I want her to learn, and then I pack all the information in how we're going to do that in the next stage. So for a week beginning June 29th, I think we're going to do, let me see, we'll learn about reindeer, she'll like that, and we'll learn about the Arctic box. Then in beginning July 6th. We will do around about, oops, what was I going to do? Oh yes, Arctic Hare and the Arctic Wolf. Sorry, I haven't got very quick typing skills, I'm afraid. Arctic Wolf, I said, didn't I? Yeah. And then in the last week, what we'll do is we'll move to the Antarctic, and we'll learn about penguins, which are very cute. I do like penguins, so that'll be fun. And we'll learn about different types of seals. And of course there's many more birds and animals and a lot of sea life as well. But we learned about a lot of whales and different sort of fish and things when we did our under the sea unit study. So we're just going to focus on these animals as our main source of ideas. So then what I do, my next step is now to find out what I want her to learn about these things. I have a website that I've only just started paying for. I think I've mentioned it before on my channel. I think it's called Twink or Twinkle, I'm not sure, something like that, which is useful. So I might have a look on there and see if there's anything age appropriate for Faith on there. However, I mostly use that for the SPAG resources and reading comprehension and things like that. But I'll have a look because it's worth having a nose to see what's available. And they do offer free resources on there, so if you are homeschooling, then you could pop on there and get some free resources that might be useful. But then what I do is I think, right, okay, I would like her to know, I want her to write some facts, or I want her to do this, that and the other, and then I will make it a, what's it called, make a workbook on Publisher that she then cuts up and uses as we go through. So that's how I start off with, getting the bare bones together and then filling in how she's going to learn about these things. Then after I've done that, I'll then look at, is there any experiments that we could do that would be fun? Is there anything we could cook, bake that would relate to these animals or this topic? Is there art projects we can do? What art can we incorporate? Is there any games that we can play that are particularly relevant to this topic? So I look at all different things, to build it up and make it a bit more fun. So that's what I'm going to do now, and then I'll come back and show you what I found. And I'm just quickly going to say, because I just spoke about using Publisher, but then I didn't really explain, so I'll just quickly show you this one that I did. This is my one. Bear with me. Yep, this is my one. So when I did Arctic Animals, I made this. So this is not a workbook because you cut it up, but this is how she does her topic-based learning. So I've put a map on there that she can then cut out, and we can have a discussion about Africa. And then she can write some stuff about Africa here, and then I've done the same thing. How many African animals can you think of? Like I was just talking about with the Arctic animals. And then that week, the first week, we're going to be learning about elephants. So here I have a picture of Africa, and then a picture of an elephant, and that's about the fact that the elephant's ear is the same shape, to talk about that. And then here you cut these out, and you can make a little booklet where you've got the tabs to go to the different pages, so she can write some facts about elephants, and then do diet, trunks and tusks, ivory, and then there's some more squares here to go in the booklet. So there'll also be a section on babies and intelligence and feet and tail, and there's a title page, and it all gets put together into a booklet that then goes into her notebook that she keeps for all her topic work. And there's lots of ways that I've done that big thing here to do lions. I do pictures that she can stick in to decorate with. This is one of those ones that you fold over, so it will have the tabs and you can fold it open. Yeah, so I put it all together, and this is free on my website in my freebie library. So if it's something that you're interested in, then you should go on there and get it. Not on there yet because I haven't written about this topic yet, but once I do, then it will be on there. So that is what I was talking about when I was saying about, you know, making my own thing on Publisher. But yeah, so like I said, I'm going to go now and get on with finding out stuff about I can put in here, and then I will come back to you guys and let you know what I found. So I've been busy looking for resources to help with this unit study topic, and what I've done is I always make myself a file to go with the thing that the topic that we're doing. So as I've been finding things that I know we're going to do, I've been making a note of it in my little document that I just call notes for Arctic animals or notes for whatever topic that we're doing. And I just write what we're going to do. So, for example, there I've got introduction to the Arctic Antarctic PowerPoint, which I got off that website that I was talking about earlier. And then complete the box, what animals live in polar regions. Complete the Antarctic research log sheet, and then I've put the answers in there because I don't know everything. I'm not going to know the answers to everything, so if there's answers available, I always stick them in my folder so that if I don't know the answer, I can have a look. And I've just put loads of stuff in here, all the stuff that we're going to learn, answers for the worksheets we're going to do. It's all the like fact writing, reading types, more schooly type stuff is in here. Loads of facts about the animals. And then what I did was I made on my PowerPoint, on Publisher that I was talking about earlier, I've literally just made some boxes, so I haven't done anything fancy for this one. Just got the what animals live in the polar region box, and then I've got boxes for the animals that she's going to write about with a picture, because we've already got all of these worksheets to do. I didn't think she needed to do too much more written work, so I've kept that really basic. So then the next thing I need to do, now I know that she's got all the sort of traditionally learning type stuff, it's all been organised for, sorry, put my email on there, for that. My next stop is then Pinterest. If you don't go on there, please do. Pinterest is amazing for finding inspiration for so many things. I absolutely love it. At the moment I'm looking for stuff for the polar bears, and a few tips, you know, if you're searching for stuff to do with your children, if you want educational stuff, then put in the key stage, you know, put, like for example for polar bear, I can put polar bear key stage 3 or KS3, and that will bring up a lot of age related stuff if it's on there. I did do that for polar bears, but there wasn't much, because I guess they think that when you're on key stage 3 you shouldn't really bother too much about polar bears in traditional school settings. So but also you can put, if you put polar bear unit study, so if you add unit study on the end of your search, that will bring up the Americans version of like topic studies, which you can pinch ideas from, or put polar bear or your search term and then put lesson plan or topic ideas. But then obviously if you want something more craft related, you could just put crafts or baking or what have you. If you are looking for ideas, then you could just pop over to my Pinterest account. I'm Mum on a Mission for a Better Life, because if you go to my boards, I do have a big homeschooling UK board. It currently has 18 sections and 683 pins on there, so there's plenty to be having a look at, and it will save you having to search for stuff. I haven't got anything much in there yet. I just added some stuff, so why isn't that in there? Oh, there we go, I had to refresh it. Yeah, I'm adding, there'll be more in there soon, I'm now adding to that. But I have stuff on, there will be stuff in the polar regions animals. There's the United Kingdom, science, Minecraft, volcanoes, weather, autumn, African animals, backyard garden, wildlife, farm animals, the human body, geography, space, under the sea, Harry Potter, pets, planning, homeschool stuff, and emotions. And then all the other things that I don't really know where to put at the moment because they haven't got their own folders yet. And maybe they're like, you know, they cover more than one thing or what have you, or they're just like tips posts. That's one of my latest posts there. Yeah, so there's lots of information there if you'd like to have a look, and that saves you having to search for it all. But Pinterest is definitely my next stop for finding, you know, cooking and crafts and science experiments and all that kind of hands-on stuff. So that's what I'm going to do now, and then I will pop back and speak to you when I've done that. Okay, so I've just finished putting together the unit study, or topic, as you know, whichever way you want to say it. It's not as arty as it would normally be, and there's no baking in it because I couldn't find anything that was suitable for an older child that fitted into the theme, which is unusual. But it's the last topic before she breaks for summer break, so she's not going to be, you know, wanting to do too much anyway. It's just going to be more relaxed kind of thing. We've got some drawing in it because I found quite a few. You can basically find a tutorial on how to draw anything nowadays, so I just looked up some of those to put in to break up the written work a bit. I went on Netflix and found there's a series called Frozen Planet, which is good for Antarctic animals and Arctic animals, so we're going to watch that. And Disney Plus has a penguins documentary, which we're going to give that a go as well. And then I found a cute film, probably a bit babyish, but I actually like watching family animated films probably more than she does, called Norm of the North, which is about a polar bear. So I thought that would be quite good to watch because obviously we're doing polar bears, and that will be that's on Netflix as well. And then I put some spellings in. I always do 2 sets of 10 for each 4-week topic that we do. She's really, to be fair, she's really good at her spellings now. So I'm trying to find ones that she'll get wrong just so that she's got something to learn, which is mean of me, I know. But yeah, and then that's kind of it really. So that's how I put together our topics. Hopefully the next one we do will be a bit more science. Well, it will be actually, because I can see that I've already planned that the next one after we come back after the summer is going to be volcanoes. That's going to be much more hands-on because we're able to actually build a volcano and do the experiment where you make it erupt and that kind of stuff. So that will be good. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you what I've been doing. Oh, sorry, I've got a bit of gum stuck in my tooth there. I've also been doing some cleaning of my tiles in my bathrooms and whitening the grout. And I've made a video that I will pop in, so you'll be able to view that in a moment. But for now, I'm going to say my goodbyes, and then I'll speak to you guys soon. So as you can see, the tiles were pretty awful looking, so I used a tile whitener on the grout and cleaned it up, and that made it look like this. And then I used some tile transfers to make it look like this. Hi guys! So it is Wednesday evening, and well, I haven't really been doing that much, to be honest. I've been working on the blog again today. I have been writing a post about the homeschool topic African animals. I'm still only about halfway through that at the moment, but I've just finished playing bingo with the blog on gang and 34SP. I think I spoke about this before on one of my videos. It's such a fun thing to do when we're all stuck at home, and it's a nice sort of midweek pick-up. Makes you feel a bit more sort of with it, I guess. And I had to get myself ready because I couldn't. Well, I could have gone there in my pyjamas, but I didn't want to because everybody else is dressed. So it makes me do my hair and makeup and stuff. And we did 2 games, and I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up, but I was literally 1 number away from winning full house. So annoyed. And you wanted 1 number for the line and for the 2 lines, and then for the full house. And then I got close on that one as well. It's the closest I've been since I started playing. Nearly 3 numbers though for that full house. But I didn't win. But never mind, it's not the winning, is it? It's just the having fun and actually, oh, what's happened to my stand? Excuse me, I'm just trying to pop you up a bit, that's better. Seems a bit low there. Yeah, so that was a nice bit of midweek fun, and it's always nice. I don't really talk much because I'm a bit shy, I don't really know anyone that well, but it's just nice to hear the banter between everyone and just and see people, you know, and there's that chance that you might win some Amazon vouchers, which is always nice. Yeah, so that was a bit of nice fun, but as I said, this week is going to be a strange peak in my week because of course we're on lockdown, so I'm limited in what I can do. I mean, I could literally talk about random things for about 5 hours, but I'm not going to put you all through that because I know that no one wants to hear me wittering on about a load of rubbish. So I'm trying to think of relevant things that I'm up to that may be of interest to you guys, but it's tough because there's not much going on. So I hope that you guys are all well. I'm going to go now because I have got to get this blog post finished and spend a little bit of time with my husband, and then I will check in with you guys again tomorrow and see what Thursday delights are going to bring us all in lockdown. But I hope that you're happy and safe wherever you are and whenever you're watching this. Much love to you all. Hey guys, so today is Thursday. It's already quite late afternoon, and I'm having one of those days where I'm just not really getting that much done. I'm still working on that blog post that I told you about in yesterday's update, but it's nearly finished now. It's getting towards the end where I'm just sort of polishing it off a bit now and adding in a few links and things, and then I don't know what I'm going to do for the rest of the day, but right this second I'm now off downstairs because I'm going for a nice walk. The weather's beautiful. I'm going to take the dogs for a walk as we're all allowed to go out for a form of exercise every day. I'm going to make the most of it and hopefully blow the cobwebs away and motivate myself a bit more for when I get back. So I shall probably do a little bit of videoing on the walk to give you all a change of scenery. I'll speak to you soon. So I've got Cody, Darren has Prince, and Faith is walking Leo. So it's nice when all 3 of us go out together because we can all have a dog each, and we normally swap them around a bit so everyone has a turn of walking each dog. The boys are pulling quite a bit because they've been stuck in so much with us not being able to go out for our lovely long weekend walks like we would normally do. So they are being a bit naughty on the leads. Look at them though, they're so excited, bless them. I love taking them for walks and seeing their little faces, they're so cute. guys, so today's Saturday and I've just been in the office doing some blog work and it's about 6 o'clock-ish now, so we're going to have some tea and then we're going to play some games tonight. Ow! Hi! Because we had our dinner at sort of like 12:30, 1-ish we had a fry-up for dinner, so we just got a tea tonight. So I'm probably going to have some crumpets with some chocolate spread and peanut butter. Nice and unhealthy, but good comfort food. So I'm going to have that to eat, and then we're going to play our new Monopoly card game. Maybe Exploding Kittens if we've got time, and then Lauren's going to do a Zoom quiz from her house. And she's written a quiz especially for the family. So we shall see how we get on, and I will talk to you guys soon. Hi guys, so that is it for a peek into my week for the month of April. I'm sorry that it's been a bit of a mishmash of all different bits. It's just being in the situation that we're in and having to stay at home with the coronavirus and everything. It just means that it's been a very odd week. So I haven't really got very much to put in. So I've just kind of mashed together some bits that was happening. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If it's not been too bad for you to watch, then please do give me a thumbs up and let me know that you like it. I always love to hear lots of comments, so get on those comments and start talking to me. And as always, it would be like super brilliant if you could subscribe to me. I would be like so happy. And of course, follow me on my socials. That would be great. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave you with a little series of interviews that I've done where I'm talking about the coronavirus and how that has affected us as a family. So there'll be a question come up on the screen and then you'll hear an answer from myself, from my husband and from my daughter. I think there's about 7 questions and it's just letting you know kind of how we're feeling about it all really. But some people might be interested to see what we've been thinking and feeling about it all. So I thought I'd leave that as the end of the video. So for now, I'd just like to say thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy this video that's now coming up, and as always, I'll speak to you soon.
Hi, my name's Darren and I'm 46 years old.
My name's Faith and I'm 12.
So of course I'm Denise and I am the writer of the blog Mum on a Mission for a Better Life, and of course this is my channel and I'm nearly 40.
I think the hardest thing is the shopping. When you go shopping, you've got to like take ages to get in the shop, and then it just takes a lot longer to do the shopping.
Not being able to like go out anywhere or see any of my friends.
Do you know, I'm kind of lucky in a way because it hasn't affected my life as much as it has a lot of other people, because I homeschool. You know, the school closures have had no effect because I don't send her to school, so that's just life as normal. And then because my other job is to do my blog, which is a work from home job, it's not like I've been furloughed or anything, so I'm still working from home as I normally would. So I guess I'm lucky in a lot of ways, but the longer it's gone on, the more I've missed just being able to have that choice of going out somewhere, going out for a meal, or taking the dogs on a nice long walk to the beach or somewhere, you know, and of course the biggest thing that's affected me, I guess, with lockdown is not seeing my family, because I'm very family orientated. Those that follow my blog will know that we have a monthly game night where we take turns to host, me and my wider family, which we all go to, and I really enjoy to see everyone there. And then of course Lauren, my oldest daughter, who doesn't live with me, and Chloe's now here, but wasn't here for the first 3 weeks. But they would normally come around and see me. I'm missing seeing Lauren so much because, and James, her partner, because all I get to see now is just them for a few, little while on the FaceTime or Zoom if we're doing a quiz or something. It's not the same as her actually being here. So for me, the biggest thing has been not being able to see my family.
Spending time with the family.
Oh.
guess spending time with family, but apart from that, not really anything, because it's not like I get off school or anything, because I'm homeschooled, so everything's exactly the same.
I think the best thing for me was, well, two things actually, that are kind of equal to each other. One was that even though it wasn't nice that my husband was furloughed, because obviously it's a drain on the government, because they've got to pay those monies, and it's and you lose 20% because you only get 80% of your wages, so that's not ideal. But having my husband at home for a few weeks was lovely, and knowing that he was safe, so I did really enjoy that. But then he was made to go back to work because his boss decided they had enough work now to carry on, so I wasn't best pleased about that. But that was one of the best things, was having my hubby home for a few weeks. And the other thing I think has been to see the solidarity of the British public all joining together during the clap for carers, seeing the kindness that some people have done, you know, to help everyone rally round and help each other out. So that's been a real positive, I think, from this horrible, you know, disease.
Took the dogs for long walks, only for an hour though. Haven't actually been in the pool, but Keaton's been in the paddling pool, and it's just been, the weather's been really good, so that's like a big bonus really. If it had been raining, I would have been stuck indoors, it'd been harder. But
We've got the pool out in the garden, so Keaton and me have been in it a bit, and like I've been out in the garden with Keaton and my sister, and I've been doing cosplaying, really just like what I usually do.
Well, I've spoken a lot about this. I've been doing bingo once a week to do with a blogging group that I'm in, and they've been sponsored by 34SP, who's like a internet hosting company. So doing my weekly bingo has been lovely, and also doing quizzes on Zoom. We've been doing family quizzes where we take turns to make the questions, but I've also been doing another one which was one of the local pubs in our town normally does a quiz, so they've been doing it on Zoom, so that's been really fun. I haven't won, but it's still been fun. So making those sort of connections through Zoom and other internet type platforms has been a really fun way for me to still sort of have a bit of a social life.
Going out for a meal and getting back to the football and watching the speedway.
Seeing my friends, definitely.
Catching up with my family and friends, of course, but also just having that option to go out if I want to. You know, if I want to go to B&M and just browse the shops for like 2 hours, because I do spend a lot of time when I go to a shop, particularly one that I like, or Home Bargains, then I can. There's no one stopping me, you know, there's nobody waiting to come in or saying that's not an essential item. I haven't actually been to any shops since the whole lockdown started, because they say you should only go, one person should only go at a time, and because I don't drive, it's just easier for my husband to go. So I haven't been to any shops in weeks, and getting serious withdrawal symptoms of doing some shopping. It's not the same online because you can't get the same prices, and there's no Home Bargains do have an online shop, but it's not anything like going to the real one where there's all the good deals and stuff. So I just want to be able to go out and do some shopping.
I can't possibly say on video.
Express without expletives.
Selfish. Simple as that. Very, very, very selfish.
Kind of stupid and selfish, because they're putting everybody in danger, and just like they're not taking notice of anything, and it's not gonna help the numbers go down. It's not gonna make anything change if they carry on doing what they're doing.
Selfish, irresponsible, stupid, just despicable, horrible, silly, ridiculous people. that should be ashamed of themselves, quite frankly. They're setting no example for anyone. They're making themselves look stupid, putting themselves in danger, putting everybody around them in danger, their families in danger, and they're just really horrible people, I think, because why should they be above the rules? Everyone's been told to do the same. We should all do the same and support each other to do the same. We shouldn't be doing what we feel like just because we think we're above the law, or above the government's advice or what have you. So I just think they are horrible, horrible people.
I'm classed as a key worker, but when I do my job, I don't really class myself as a key worker. I deliver skips for them, and yes, we pick up certain stuff that needs to be picked up. But what they're doing is unbelievable. You know, certainly wouldn't want to be in their shoes. I suppose they went into it knowing what could happen, but I don't suppose any of them ever thought it would happen. But now they're being thrown into the deep end, and I don't think they're getting treated fairly at the minute. Or hopefully that when it's all finished with, the government will either give them a big payout or do something they've got to reward them in some way for what they've done.
Thank you, I guess. Like, I wouldn't want to be them at all, because like what they're doing is really risky. They're risking themselves just for other people. It's really good.
Thank you very, very much. You are absolute superstars, whether you are stocking the shelves in the supermarkets or you are on the front line as a doctor and nurse, helping the people that are really poorly from this horrible disease. You are amazing, because this country would have just fell to pieces if it wasn't for you guys that have carried on. So all I can say from the bottom of my heart is thank you.